Welcome to day 6 of Advent. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you will know that this part of the video is just basically a continuation of the 5th of December. So I'm currently filming this Sunday the 5th of December, but you're seeing this on Monday the 6th of December, just because it took so long to do all the filming with the chat in the morning and then coming down here into the garden room. Yes, you didn't, there was just not enough time. So I'm going to crack on now with the next box. Now this was in the last box actually. I don't think I showed it you. It's basically a stitchery, a hand stitchery thing I made. It's a Mandy Shaw and it's in one of those dome things, look, but you put a wooden thing around and you stick it to it. So that's something I'm going to be hanging on my tree. And I found some little things that are not things I've made, some little dog outfits. So this is one of those things, we picked this up in the sale after Christmas, where you put it on your dog and you put it through their front legs. So it looks like they're running around and that they've just got one set of legs. So that's going to be quite comical. So I'll hope to share that with you when we dress the dogs up, and I'll include it in Vlogmas. And there's this lovely, gorgeous one. That's nice, isn't it? So that's lovely. Another thing to dress the dogs in. Now these things that I know my dogs have wore before. I think that's Holly's jumper. It's difficult to get things to fit Rafe. Oh, and here's another thing. Look, we've managed to get in the sale. Look, 70% off. And it's another one of those ones where you put their front legs through and they run around. So that's pretty comical, isn't it? So let's have a look here what I've got. Now I can see a whole box of handmade decorations. I think I used a die cutter to make that, and I embroidered my youngest son's name on it. So that's one. And I think I've made 3 of those in total for all my boys. Yeah, I can see Cameron's my eldest. So that's those ones. Yeah, I can't remember. I remember I made this, but I can't remember what it's to do with. I think it might have been in a magazine. I might have got the supplies in the magazine, but I think I went a bit freestyle on it. I don't think I made it how the magazine told you to make it. I think I went a bit OTT on it from what I remember. You forget sometimes, don't you? Here's some more of those crochet Christmas decorations, you know, those things I was showing you yesterday. I hope the lighting's okay actually. It's getting a bit dark outside now compared to yesterday's video, so I've changed the light a little bit, made it a bit brighter, so I hope that's okay. So those are lovely. I think those are all from that booklet from the Simply Crochet magazine. I showed you some of the other things in yesterday's video. And I especially like this one that was out of there. It's a sweetie. That's lovely, isn't it? So I'm really looking forward to decorating the Christmas tree. I'm just wondering where to put all these bits actually. Because obviously, while I was waiting for yesterday's video to upload, I couldn't really start this next bit. That's why it's got so dark. And in that time, I just wanted to get my battery, my phone charger, and charging that up. And I've actually put the artificial Christmas tree together. So it's got nothing on it yet and no lights, but it's standing there all lovely. But I am covered in artificial snow because it has got artificial snow on it. Now, I think I made a number of these, and these are a Tilda, out of one of the Tilda books, and they're lovely, aren't they? They're plain on the back and they're quite solid, but they are fabric. But yeah, I remember though, you know, making those many years ago. So some of these are very, very old decorations. Okay, this is I've made 3 of these. I think these were from a book. A felt book, felt decoration book, or just felt makes. They weren't all Christmas decorations, but those are 2 of them. I've made 3. That's Cameron and Declan's, the eldest and the middle child. But yeah, I hang those on the tree every year. I keep finding 2. Oh, there's the 3rd one. So yeah, so a lot of things. I've got three of them. And there's the other one, look. 3 of those, yeah, because sometimes I think I'll make them a decoration this year with their names on, and then you end up with a load. This is what I always used to hang on the TV cabinet when the craft room used to be a living room. And basically they're gingerbread. They're meant to look like gingerbread biscuits or things with icing on, with sprinkles, and they're all different themed. There's a Christmas tree, a star, a stocking, gingerbread man, a heart, and a little house shape. And it's lovely, isn't it? Really, really lovely. And actually, hearing the bells, I've actually ordered some more bells from eBay last night, and that's to go on my Christmas tree decoration. So if you've been watching my Right, I'm sorry about that. My husband is doing some kind of drilling out there right while I'm filming. He's a menace, isn't he? So, where were we? So yeah, more Christmas decorations. These are all Mandy Shaw decorations I've made. Noel, a pair of ice skates, of course. And actually, I think I got that dome. Mandy sells these as like kits so you can make them and patterns and things. But I think that came in my advent calendar last year. So and everybody was so excited for me when I got the ice skate. So they're not the only, I've made a few of those. Actually, I can see 2 more actually. The gingerbread man, Joy, they're just joyful, aren't they? This is a very old decoration. I think I always intended on making 2 of them. Hang on, I have to stop again. It's not very Christmassy, is it? Yeah, this is a Christmas pudding. I think I was going to make 2. I've actually hand sewn each sequin on individually there. So obviously, maybe I made one and I thought, oh, I'm not in the mood for making another, I suspect. And it's like these, actually, I've hand sewn all those on individually, you know, so things, you know, take time, don't they? Now, I've got a sad tale. I made these. These are like porcelain things. I had to be fired. I went to Guthrie and Garney, and the lady came to us and she gave us what we needed, and I rolled it out and I cut out my things of choice and I printed into them, stuck things on, made holes, and you know, and I put the ink in, like with the name. So I've made one for Cameron and Jack. The ceramic, basically. There's my one. Actually made one for myself for a change. And that one, it says, have yourself a merry little Christmas. We was allowed to take things with us that we could imprint onto it. But this is the sad tale. This is Declan's. And it got broken. So actually, if anyone can advise me on what they'd recommend for fixing Declan's, I'll be really, really grateful. I'm kind of tempted not to put any of them on because I feel so bad for Declan. But it's not like it's the only thing that's got their name on. Now, I seem to have a number of crocheted things. I think these were when I was learning to crochet. And so, you know, the quality of them isn't great, but yeah, they've got like a little snowflake there, that's not too bad, a star. So yeah, they're not too bad, are they, considering that was probably the first year I was crocheting that I made those. And do you know that Simply Crochet booklet I was telling you about? Sorry, I'm cutting my head off again. That's one of them as well. I think it's got a pipe cleaner inside. This light is I don't think it's very flattering, this light, is it? Right, let's throw all these back in. Right, now, this is a Christmas stocking I've made. It's crochet again. And that's one of those Christmas decorations out that Simply Crochet book. Now this did have this stuck to it, which does really look beautiful on there, but it hasn't stayed on. So either I decide to ditch it or I'll glue it back on. And here's my husband's reindeer that I made for him at Guthrie and Garney. Guthrie and Garney is actually a haberdashery mainly aimed at dressmaking. There's a little pair of eyes looking at me through the window. It's a cat. Maybe I'll go and get him. Here we go. This, right, is Buttons. And he's lovely. You probably don't get to see him very often because they don't really venture in the craft room very often. They go in there looking for mice. You want to investigate, don't you? Actually, let me show you one more time before you hurry off. I know what it is, it's interesting. Daddy will go mad, won't he? Daddy will go mad. Yeah, Buttons is a ragdoll cat. And we have 2 ragdoll cats, Sky and Buttons. And if he starts scratching anything, I might have to remove him. Right, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what he's up to. Oh, yeah, he's clawing. He's clawing at the chair. If he carries on, he might have to go. I'll leave him there for now. Right, don't tell Daddy. No, I've got 4 cats. But 2 rag dolls, 1 black cat and 1, she's like a tabby cat. We were told she's got Bengal in her, but you don't know, do you? So, and Maine, she's a mixture. Basically, her mother was a mixture of a Bengal and a Maine Coon, I think they said, and the dad was a tabby cat. So, these are things that I ordered off a craft seller. I can't see the other one. And they're brilliant. You put Kinder eggs in the middle of them and they've got their names on them. They're lovely, aren't they? Now this is a Owl and the Sewing Cat pattern. And obviously it's a reindeer head. I can hear Buttons messing around with the Christmas tree box. Yeah, this is an Allen sewing cat pattern, but I had it as a kit because it's got this lovely fur. And sorry, my husband's drilling again. I'll try and keep cutting those bits out. Now I've got a safety pin on there. I think I used the safety pin to hook it up. So some of these things are going to come back in the house, but we'll decorate down here and then we'll see. Buttons is playing with the Christmas tree. Right. Oh, there's a hat. There's an elf hat to get a dog hat to go with that outfit. Look here. This is a really, really old make that I used to have up in the old living room. And they're just all felt, wall felt, and it says Merry Christmas. You kind of have to lean it up something and then you get to see. Oh, hello Buttons, he's come back. Hello darling. Yeah, so that's that. Sorry, if there's any weird bits I have to keep stopping it because my husband's drilling. This is one of the other crochet Christmas decorations from the Simply Crochet magazine. I think it's actually an Attic 24 pattern. It's a little bird, look. It's lovely, isn't it? Oh, another one of those. I love going through these, it's so exciting. Oh, these, this is a wooden thing. Obviously I've not made, well not obviously, I might do woodcraft, but that's not my thing. Well, I say not my thing, I'd do any sort of craft, but it's not something I do, really. Ah, there we go. You hang it and you do that with his legs, look. It's lovely, isn't it? These are things that I got in my Mandy Shaw calendar last year, and it says, ho, 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 and there's the wooden Christmas tree, and I'm guessing those are East of India things, because you normally find any little bits and bobs normally at East of India that Mandy puts in. I didn't have Mandy's calendar this year. It was just, I just wasn't in the position to purchase it at the time. You do spread the cost, but even with spreading the cost, I wasn't in the position. And then just when the Crafty So-and-So did theirs was cheaper, and at that time I could just afford that, so that's why I ended up having it. And here's another one of these ceramic things that I made at Guthrie and Garney. Obviously I don't normally do ceramic crafts because I haven't got my own kiln. I have looked into it, but it's too expensive. Here's a knitted Christmas stocking, a mini stocking that I made. There's something stuck on it actually. Yeah, so I might have to stick my fingers in it. They get a bit squished, don't they? So, you know, it could do with a sock blocker. It looks like those socks that I've knitted for myself, doesn't it? But they've just used, well, I have used just acrylic yarn on this one, DK, just to do the cuff on the top, nothing furry. And another ceramic decoration that I've made with Noel on. It was quite nice actually, because when I went to that ceramic class, you was able to just choose whatever you wanted to make, so everybody's looked different. I was super proud of what I've made. I don't think she does that class anymore. I've been to it twice actually. And here are, these have got a bit squished, but these are little crochet shoes for dangling on the Christmas tree. And I've embroidered little snowflakes on them, but yeah, they have got a bit squashed. Could do with some little feet being inside them to push them out again. Oh, and another one of these little wooden Santas. Well, not a Santa, but the other one was a reindeer, wasn't it? But you pull them and the legs come up, so they're lots of fun. Here's a very, very old make. I actually remember when I made this. Actually, I remember when I made this and this for some reason. I made these in 2012. It's funny, isn't it? How you remember making something. I think it was because I started my Facebook page just after making these. So yeah, they're very old makes. I found something. Now, if you watch my yesterday's video, you'll know somebody was missing a hat. Right, let me find him. Ah, I was going looking for him. He's here. Do you remember the little tape? Buttons. Don't do that, darling. He's trying to. He likes to lie and goes. No. He can pull threads. You see, Daddy will go mad if he pulls a thread. This is Daddy's man cave down here. Right, there we go. Santa's got his hat. Jack will be very pleased to see him again, I'm sure. If you want to see some of these things here a bit more closely, these were in my video yesterday. I was just starting to pile things over here. If you wonder why I haven't spoke about these, here's another Mandy Shaw embroidery that I've done. I think I got that design for free when I was at Festival of Quilts, I think, from what I remember. There's a bit more drilling going on again. And I think that's the last of the ceramic decorations, just a little heart. Buttons is going a little bit crazy. I wish I could film him. He's going to knock the remote off him. I wish I could film Buttons at the same time, so I could have a bit of a split screen. I wonder if I could do that, I could do that, couldn't I? If I have a spare old phone, I'd have to have another tripod, you know. It's going a bit OTT, isn't it, really? Right, now, this looks like it's got a bit squish, but no doubt it will pad back out again. But look, do you remember when I made this? I made this. I don't think it was when I was doing Vlogmas last year. This might have been the year before. And I did share this and had them all lined up on my desk. But it's obviously a manger, isn't it? And these are all the little people I've made. probably need padding out a little bit and stuff. There's my angel Gabriel. A king. Oh, I think his crown has come off. I think I made paper crowns. It'd be quite nice to do some knitted or crochet crowns, but I think I was getting in a little bit of a rush with this right before Christmas. Shall I put them here? Yeah, do you know what it's like? Do you know when you're trying to make things before Christmas, and then maybe you'd make some special effort, wouldn't you, if you had a little bit more time? But obviously things were getting a bit rushed. This is the baby Jesus. Basically, I've painted all these with acrylic paints. This is a Mandy Shaw pattern, but Mandy didn't do all the acrylic painting like what I did. I've give all mine different colour hair. These, so far, you've happened to see all the blondes. I'm not, you know, against other hair colours. There are others in here. It just happens to me I've got all the fair-haired people. Actually, I had a lot of fun with this king. I gave him a bald-haired look with a white beard, and here's his hat. Yeah, I definitely, the little paper hats are lovely, aren't they? But I definitely think something knitted or crocheted, and then maybe gluing. I don't think I'd have wanted to glue those paper ones on because I knew they were likely to get damaged. And here's another king. Actually, this crown has actually come a little bit unstuck. Here we go. Here's a brown one, brown-haired one with a brown beard. But look, his crown, it's come apart. It needs a bit of glue. And we've got shepherds. Actually, I think where's it? Do you know the wreath that I made? This one, the fabric I used on that. I showed you this yesterday. That's the fabric I used on there. It was just leftovers for the shepherds. There are 3 shepherds, and he's got, oh, what colour hair? We've got a blonde, a brown hair, and a black-haired shepherd. So I had a bit of a mixture with those. And there's Mary. Hey, babe. Here's Joseph. My husband just popped in then, turning the switch on. The camel. The little sheep. I know these aren't a very good view. If you want to see these in more detail, maybe, sorry, noise again. We'll get there, we'll get there. Ah, I think I put that across the camel, that. It's like a thread thing. And the donkey. It's so cute, isn't it? So I'm sorry that you can't really see all these together quite well, but there are probably, if you look back on some of my really old posts, I think I was posting those as I made them one year. Probably wasn't last Christmas, Christmas before, and I did share them on YouTube, and I had them all lined up on my desk and things. So yes, if you want to have a delve back at my old things, then you can do. Yeah, and this obviously probably needs a bit of ironing, but yeah, it's got a bit squash look. That's why I don't like putting things in the loft sometimes, because look, this is what happens. But this is foam. Do you know, like Bosal foam inside this? So if I get an iron on it, it will be fine. So I didn't even get that out last year. You know, I was, with everything that happened with this room, getting it ready, we didn't end up getting everything out. Oh, this is something I made. Hey, babe.
No, it's alright.
It's alright, darling. I've nearly finished this now. Right, I'm back. My husband came in messing with the circuit. He's basically, I mentioned this in my yesterday's video, do you know when the electric went off and I thought the meter had run out? He'd turned the electric off. So what it is, he's installing these sensors so they know when it gets dark, so the lights come on, so he hasn't got to turn them on and off himself. I can hear him making noise again. Right, I'm going to do this quickly now, and then I'll see you in the next bit of video. If this isn't enough anyway. No, because I've got to do my calendars, haven't I? I made this at a craft group the Christmas before we had lockdown. Basically, this lights up. I think basically they're, what do you call them? Kitchen roll. You basically just put kitchen roll on and then there's lights inside. And it's got a wire look. It's a cork, but my battery's gone, so I can't show it you working. These are what I made during a YouTube video. I don't think it was Vlogmas. I think it was not last Christmas, the Christmas before. And I showed you how to make these. I've got a demo on YouTube how to make these. So you can give them, put the treats in them and give them to people when they come through the door. That was obviously before lockdown Christmas. And then this is the last thing I'm going to show you in these boxes. Now, no doubt I've got more decorations that I've made, but these are the bulk of it, I think. But this is something I've made. Now, it is a Mandy Shaw pattern, but I kind of went the extra mile with this, and I added fur inside. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I've still got some of this fur left actually, and I had a lot of trouble. I used that Lana thread in the Secret Society this year. We're supposed to be stitching our blocks with this like Lana thread, and I didn't really get on with it because I used it on this. I blanket stitched Santa on with it, and I kept on having like missed stitches. I had a really thick needle, and yeah, I was having lots of trouble with it. I remember I did it in the end, and I remember I had to go and do some hand stitching on it because I wasn't happy with a few bits. But that's why I didn't want to use it in, sorry, I'm cutting my head off again, in Secret Society this year, just because I thought, well, I didn't get on with it all, but it is lovely, isn't it? I'm super proud of this sack. You feel like you just want to cuddle it. It feels so lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing things that I've made for Christmas over yesterday's video and today's video. And the next bit of video you're going to see might be me opening my advent calendars, and maybe I will share decorating the Christmas tree in this video, or maybe it will be in tomorrow's video, but we might actually be decorating the tree tonight, which is still for me. This is I'm filming this on the 3rd of December, so obviously not the 3rd, the 5th. I'm filming this on the 5th, but you're seeing this part of video on the 6th, just because I chatted too long and I don't want the videos being any more than an hour. I've been quite good actually, my videos have been well under an hour, but yesterday's wasn't. So yeah, you're going to see coming up either in this video or tomorrow's video some Christmas tree decorating. So I'll see you in the next bit. Bye.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Santa's coming to visit.
Right, welcome back. It is now actually officially the 6th of December. I really hope you've liked seeing the last bit of footage from yesterday, getting the Christmas decorations out, and like a time lapse of decorating the Christmas tree. And yeah, it's just really like magical. I don't know if I'm totally done yet with Christmas decorating, because I've still got my little Christmas mice that I've made that I haven't done anything with, but I would really like to make Santa Mouse. Obviously I've got a robin to crochet, and I've got my little sprouts that I haven't really done anything with, but I did put little Caesar the penguin that I made this year on there, and the little star, which I have photographed now, but I haven't put it on social media. But he's had his little time now with his Thomas the Tank face. If you haven't like watched my videos leading up to Vlogmas, you might not know what I'm going on about, but I made a crochet star out of a book, but there wasn't a template for the face, so I made my own face up, and it ended up looking like Thomas the Tank Engine. So I will be sharing that photograph on social media soon. So anyway, is there anything I want to show? Well, I'm going to do the advent calendars. Now, do you remember me saying I wanted to show you things? Well, I'm going to mention this quickly actually. Now, over the years, the knitters and the crocheters will be more interested in this. I made this bag years ago to keep my knitting needles in. Basically, in all the bits around the outside, you can put knitting needles. But eventually, I kind of outgrew it. I have got knitting needles in it now, but I don't keep the majority of them in there. It's just a few that I've got. But I then went on, this is years old as well, to make this. Now, it was in a quilting book, which I could probably dig out and tell you what book I used. And it's fab, and I keep lots of knitting needles in this. Basically, I keep a set in every patchwork piece here, and then it's the same on the other side, look. And then I've got pockets on the side. I keep a few crochet hooks, a few pens and crochet hooks in here, and I've got knitting needles that I was doing like a knitting magazine thing, and I got that. And it's all knitting needles in there. And I keep all various other knitting needles. I've got all circular needles they're ones that you unscrew and unscrewing there. All my fixed circular needles I've got in my most recent knitting bag that I made, the one that I generally knit out of, the one I made in the Crafty Gemini bag club, not the most recent one, it was the one before. So yeah, it's quite handy, and I keep crochet hooks in here as well, and DPNs all in here. I made this years ago, and I keep all my DPNs in there. I think I won this actually. It's like a French knitting doll, but it's not a doll. And I've got Tunisian crochet hooks, I think, in here. Actually, look at this one. It's like a long knitting needle with a hook on. It's really good. And I think I've got a circular Tunisian crochet hook. Now, Tunisian crochet is not something I usually do. I think it can come out looking more like knitting. There's loads of different techniques. The only thing I found when I tried a pattern is I couldn't understand the pattern. So even though I can read knitting patterns, and from various different designers, I can read various different designers' crochet patterns. I've not had anyone I can't, even foreign ones and symbols, I can read that. But I didn't understand the terminology of this pattern for Tunisian crochet. So maybe in the future, I'll have a go at Tunisian crochet again. And but I've got to learn the terminology of the patterns. So, yeah, but I just wanted to show you that my largest knitting needles, and I got these from the NEC. They're just huge. I actually knitted and my dad an Irish flag blanket for Christmas on these, And but I was on the occasional evening, on the weekends I was having a couple of glasses of wine, so I don't know how perfect it was. And I think it's chucked behind the sofa now. I don't think they have it out, but this is what I wanted to show you. This is my largest crochet hook. I don't know what size it is classed as. I could measure it. Do you know what? I can't see a measuring tape to hand to measure what it is going round, the circumference. But I just thought, I've said to some people that some people would be really interested in me teaching crochet. And I thought, and I'd love to do that. I just need to sort out the camera, camera, getting it in the right position to show you, because I would love to do that. And I thought this hook would be really, really good to do with thick yarn, so you can see what the stitches look like. So what do you think? So I can't do this yet, and it might not be in Vlogmas. Maybe it's something I'll look at in the new year. But I need to get some kind of something that I can hold my phone at a really good angle, so I can basically do this. I've got this claw thing that bends, but you know what? It's really no good. You can't get it at the angle that you want. It's no good for going down. You need it clipped to something. It's not ideal, really. So yeah, I need to look at that. So if I can get a better setup for filming in a good angle for showing you my hands working on crochet, and I can still see what I'm doing, because that's the thing. Sometimes when you do something so it's good for people seeing, it's in between you and your hands and you can't do it. So yeah, we need to look at this a bit more carefully. But what do you think? So yeah, I thought I'd show you that. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, actually, you use knitting needles for the handles of this. So I've got a set of needles here and a set of needles here, look, and it's fab, isn't it? So if anyone's interested, I have shown this before in my videos, but I'll have a dig around. Oh, and I'm wearing something lovely. I'm wearing my undie sweater by Deer and Doe, and it's lovely, isn't it? So I really love this jumper. And I'm not going out for lunch with my friends now. Unfortunately, one of my closest friends, she's not feeling very well, and she said she just doesn't feel up to it. So it's a real shame. But what was quite funny is she messaged us night in a WhatsApp group to say, I'm just letting you know I'm not feeling very well, but I'll just keep an eye on your phones in the morning. I'm going to let you know if I'm going to cancel, if I'm going to carry on and go ahead. And then she said, Claire, she said, is my daughter at your house? And she's got a friend finder on her daughter's phone. And I said, yes, she is. And actually took a photograph of her daughter standing by the Christmas tree. And I said, here you go. So she said, can you just make sure she's home before 10 o'clock? Because she's been at work since 6 a.m. and she's got college. So yeah, I said, yeah, don't worry. So I said, I had to tell them, look, I said, she's got to be home. So I said to my son, what time did you get her home? And he said he got her home 7 minutes early. So I was really pleased about that. It is a little bit worrying, isn't it? Because this is the second time my son has met up with my friend's daughter, and it's not through meeting, through us being friends. This is totally been shock horror, because I was speaking to her daughter yesterday, and she said, yeah, she's always saying, oh yeah, I'm going to meet Claire, I'm going to meet Claire. And obviously now she's seen me. So obviously she's met me before, her daughter has, but obviously it's all come to light, that the connection. Yeah, it's quite funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit worrying, actually. Isn't it? Think everything's all right. Imagine like some big falling out or something, and then it's your friend's daughter. So yeah, but I'm sure everything will be fine. So anyway, calendars, right? I'm going to open the Hemline calendar first, as I keep telling you, the 101 from Little Miss Sewn. And it's day 6, isn't it? So I did show you a little bit of snippet, actually, of my chickens this morning. I didn't film them for very long. Oh, they're looking so scraggy at the moment. Now, my regular viewers will have seen my chickens before, looking all vibrant and lovely. They're going through a molt, right in the middle of winter. Well, we're not actually classed as winter yet, are we? We're still classed as autumn. But there's all feathers in the nest box. They're looking really scraggy, especially one around her neck. She looks awful, but they're just chickens. They go through these molts. They go through a bit of scraggy stage and then they start looking good again. But they were following me down to the garden room because I was quite proud of myself. I actually went on my bike this morning. If all's gone to plan, I did film us, put a video on for a few seconds. Yeah, I did some exercise. I went on the bike for 20 minutes. We had pizza delivered last night. So yeah, I was feeling a little bit bad. And yeah, I just thought I feel all better for going on the bike. And because we were, you know, I was itching to get back down there because obviously the Christmas tree's down there. It makes it more exciting to go. It really does take a lot to make yourself exercise at home. You know, it's not to be underestimated. It's a really hard thing to keep up. It's not like you've got a regular time and people to meet and things. So yeah, I feel quite proud of myself and I've exercised at home. Right, let's get on with these calendars. Number 6. Now there is one, obviously 9s and 6. Oh, here we go. I was going to say they wouldn't have put it upside down, would they? Yeah, I found it. It's at the bottom left-hand corner this time. I find this so exciting. Now it says it's polyester thread white. I don't know why they don't say white polyester thread, but they say polyester thread white. That's handy, isn't it? More thread. You can never grumble at a bit of thread, can you? So that's all great. So no, I'm going to leave that out. Put it with my thread. And put that in the Crafty So-and-So bag that I got in one of the other days of my advent calendar. I've actually started to watch some of the Vlogmases now, and some people have got Kylie in the Machine advent calendars. That's where basically there's labels. So if you make garments and you like to put a label in your clothes, it's all like labels. And I think there's 2. When I had a look, because I did look at that calendar, and you get all labels for sewing in your garments, and there's going to be 2 iron-on patches in it. But I wasn't interested in that advent calendar, as lovely as it would be seeing like a bit of sewing artwork and things, because I don't really like tags in my clothes. Even in shop bought garments, I cut them out. I can't stand them. I've got a sense of issues. So yeah, but it has been suggested to me that I put labels on the outside of garments, which is a lovely idea, as long as you don't get some idiot to say to you, oh, you've got your coat inside out or something, your label's sticking out, and you say, actually no, the label's supposed to be on the outside. So knowing my luck, I'd get some smart aleck saying that to me. So yeah, so I didn't go for that calendar, but if you're into labels, I'm guessing that would be nice. And actually, if you're interested in that calendar, Guthrie and Garney have got those for sale on her website, and I think there was £60 something, and now they're 45 or something. But obviously I'm not interested in it, but yeah, but one of you might be. And I've seen some people have got Andrea on the pink door calendar, but I wasn't aware of that because I don't get time to watch like a lot of YouTube myself with doing YouTube, so I don't really get to see Andrea. I'm not saying I have seen some videos of Andrea's, but yeah, I don't really get to watch them. So yeah, she had a calendar, and I think that was a sellout. And yeah, I've seen people opening that. That's been nice. I've had like a coaster that's a button, and a stick for removing sticky stuff off the iron, a tape measure that was a crochet bear I've seen. I don't know what else. Yeah, so if I remember, I'll let you know. So, and actually, I haven't got Mandy Shaw's advent calendar this year. I just wasn't in the position to get one this year because they're quite expensive. But a lovely friend of mine is actually sending me photographs every day of what's in the Mandy Shaw calendar. So that's lovely. It's lovely to know. So, right. Crafty So-and-So. This is one I purchased. So if I've got to take some time looking through this, I'll cut a bit out. Right, now I found this one. And I thought, well, that looks like a 9, doesn't it? And I looked where the opening of the bag, and it's there, which would suggest that's 9. So I had a little look through. Now, I don't want to get these in the wrong order, because Dawn, my friend, has got this calendar, and she's going to watch my videos, and I don't want to open the wrong day and then spoil something for her. But look at this one. I think looks more like a 9, right? But if you turn it that way, the opening for this package is here. So, but I don't think that looks like a 6, do you? So let's put them so they look like 6s. I think that looks like a 6, but the opening now is at the bottom on that one, on the top on that one. And now if I flip them round, I think that looks like the 9. And that, but that could be the 9. So what do you think? So I'm putting them the right way up, and I'm going to, what shall I do? I'm going to open this one. I'm going to leave that as the 9. So Dawn, if you are watching this, right, I'm opening that one, not that one. So you might want to do the same, because I'm going to spoil it. And I'm really sorry if there's anybody that watches my channel that also has this calendar and they're opening it different. I don't want to ruin it for you. So look away now if you think there's going to be a spoiler. Just to let you know, I'd have cut a bit out there. I can't get in this. So I'll try again. Last resort. Ooh, what are these? Oh, now these are lovely, right? There's a whole collection. There's 2 green, 2 yellow and 2 pink. Now, do you know, if you really, really want to keep the matching bobbin with the thread, what you would do is you would load your bobbin onto there that you've already got loaded up with thread. Say I've had a green thread, and then I've put that on there, and then I've got my green spool. Obviously I know this is why. Then what you do is you dig it into there, so you keep them together. So that's really lovely, isn't it? I generally don't keep my threads like that. I just kind of eyeball it. But sometimes when I'm doing like embroidery and I want to kind of a similar thread, sometimes I do keep those together, just sitting on the side in a tray. So those would be quite useful when I'm doing that with my free motion embroidery. So thank you so much to the Crafty So-and-So. I'm really delighted with that. I'll put those in there, and yeah, and I'll put them over with my stash. That is fantastic. Or another thing, what I could do is they could have a special home. They could go in the tin that I got out of my own calendar, couldn't I? So yeah, I'll put those in there for now. Right, so I'll put this aside. Oh, I'll show you what my husband got in his friend's calendar yesterday. I told you about it, but you didn't see it. The notepad, and it's thicker than the other one he got, with all little friends things on. And something he noticed in this morning is on the backs of all the doors there's all little friends related things to look at, but with phrases and pictures and things, but he didn't notice that before. And today he got just a friend sticker. Not as exciting, but he's got the calendar that I've made for him, so that's a bit more exciting. Right, now I'm going to open the calendar. Oh, I've got, I thought I hadn't put that other 6 or 9 back, whatever it looked like. But I'm going to open mine. It's going to be something in the box again. Basically, number 6 obviously didn't fit. So I've got my Emma Bridgewater Christmas box. Not counterfeit. What would you call it? A copycat. It isn't a legit one. Not that I remember. I thought TK Maxx had ripped Emma Bridgewater off. They hadn't. It is real. this is what my box is looking like. Now, I have told you I've got some empty doors. I've actually wrote a note somewhere of the ones I haven't filled up, but the lovely Mary Angela has actually contacted me, and she said that she wants to send me something, and she's posting it today, something to go in my calendar where I've got an empty one. So how exciting is that? So thank you so much, Mary Angela. And I've got another thank you. Isabel, that watches my channel, she asked me for my email address, because what it is, I don't leave my email address anywhere on social media, and I don't leave a phone number or anything. So people, you know, have trouble contacting me. If they find me on social media, they can sometimes contact me that way, but some people have had trouble messaging me and things. So she actually messaged me and said, could she have my email address? And she sent me her email address. She said, is that okay? I understand. I said, no, that's fine, because I have had some prank calls asking for like Claire Who Makes Things. I'm not going to say the things they were saying to me on the phone. I find it quite funny actually, but actually, and then my son, my eldest son, got some prank phone calls saying, are you Claire Who Makes Things son? So yeah, but my phone number isn't out there, so it must be somebody that's got our number. So anyway, but yeah, so I gave her my email address, and she said look out for an email from Hobbycraft, and this was yesterday. So I looked out and I got this email from Hobbycraft, and she sent me an e-gift card for £20 to spend at Hobbycraft. So thank you so much, Isabel. I just could not believe it, and that lovely message, thank you so much. So thank you to Mary Angela and Isabel. That's so kind of you. I really do appreciate it, and I really appreciate that you appreciate my videos and things. That's really lovely of you. So right, I'm going to open this one. I'm just letting you know, I've wrapped these up in wrapping paper. I'm not that keen on, because I wouldn't send it to anybody, so I've used it on myself. No. When I ordered this for myself, I was in two minds whether to keep it or not, but I ended up putting it in my calendar. And yes, and I'm glad I did now, because it's lovely. I haven't needed it, so it's handy. But it's basically a sharpener to sharpen 45mm rotary cutters. So I might, do I have one here? I should have one here. Sorry if I'm flashing anything at you. Yeah, this handy scratcher, it's quite fitted. I don't know if it was when I was printing patterns out at the wrong size, because the wrong thingy, because it wasn't printing out 100%. I was printing clothes patterns from iOS devices, Apple devices, and they weren't coming out the right size when you measured the squares, right? So it might have been that, but it is quite a little fitted thing, and I do get a bit of midriff popping through here and there. So yeah, but it's quite nice. I tend to put this on, you know, if I want to feel a little bit nice for my husband, and my husband's here today, although I have tried to persuade him to go to A&E, and he is thinking about it, right, about his foot. So yeah, it does say, I'm sure it's for 45mm straight blades and 28mm straight blades. So yeah, so I'll be able to get a bit more life out of my 45mm blades now. I used to just change them, or then use one for paper, but with the environment and everything, you want to keep things going as long as you can. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I'll have to decide. I think I'll keep that in my drawers over there, I suspect, but I'll put it with the rotary cutter for now. So yeah, I must admit, I'm really enjoying my own calendar. I know it might seem a little bit strange buying myself little bits and bobs all year, and then I'm thinking, do I need this now, or can I wait until Christmas, wrapping them up. Do you know what, it's been really nice, because I know everything in the calendar it's something I really wanted. So yeah, I really, do you know what I'd recommend it to people? Doing your own advent calendar. You know, it's really lovely having one that's a total surprise, but it's really nice because I don't know from day to day what's going to be in it, and I didn't know what was going to be in that package then because I forgot about it. So yeah, it's all great. So anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'm actually going to leave this video here, and I'm going to finalise it, get it posted up, and if anything goes on today, because I don't know what's going on exactly other than chores, meals, school pickups, things like that. I've got my middle child at home today, he's got no college today, my husband's around today. So yeah, anything of interest I will include in tomorrow's video, and I'm going to leave this one here. So thank you so much for joining me for my Stitchmas / Vlogmas. I have trouble saying Vlogmas, I don't know why, I always seem to stutter, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.